Having created our Keynote presentation in the previous session, we can now look at additional functions that will help improve our presentation. In this session, we're going to learn how to add transitions and builds, see what help functions are available to us, and be able to send our presentation to others. Starting with the help, at the top right hand side of the screen, if I click on the question mark, you'll see tooltips appear on the page. Each place you see one of these tips, if you click on it, it will open up an additional screen with a step-by-step guide on how to complete a particular task. When you're finished reading, press done. We know that the play button is here next to the question mark, but something to add: whenever you're pressing your play button, it will start the presentation from whatever is selected on the left-hand side of your screen. So on our screen we have slide number 1 selected. If I select slide number 2 and press play, the presentation will start from here. When you want to send the presentation to someone, we can click on this share button. It gives us 3 options: share link via iCloud, send a copy, or open in another app. To send a copy, we click on send a copy, and we've got 2 options there that we want to use: message and mail. By clicking on message or mail, it will allow us to send via email or via our messaging system. With our presentation, we're going to want to add transition and builds to give it a more slick look. So I'm going to click back on slide 1, and I'm going to click this spanner tool, and we can see in this list the top one is transition and builds. If I click on transition and builds, it takes me into the transition and builds mode. As you can see, it's placed an arrow beside the first slide because that's what I've got selected, and it says none. If I click on the plus sign, it will allow me to scroll through all of the transitions and choose a transition I want to use. If I choose reveal, I can now press play to see how that looks. I'm going to now click on slide 2, and I want to add a transition to this slide also. This time I want to click clothesline, and I want to add a transition to slide 3, and this time I want to choose cube. With these transitions added, I now want to add a build to my slide. So on the 4th slide, you can see it's got 3 different pictures here. If I click on one of the pictures, it gives me a build in and a build out option. If I click on build in, it will give me a list of different builds that I can use to make this picture appear when I come to this slide. I want to choose blur, and I want to click on another picture, and I want to choose blur for this one also, and I want to pick the last picture here in the corner, and I want to put a blur on that as well. That's how you add transitions and builds to your presentation. I'm now going to click on the first slide, click on done, and now I'm going to play the presentation so you can see all of the effects in place. So here's the first one, here's the second one, which is the clothesline, here's the third one, which is cube, and the last one is blank because I've added builds there. As I start to swipe, you'll see the first image blurs in, then the second, then the third. And that's how you add transition and builds to your presentation. Hope you enjoyed. Keep tuning in for more.